Hope you are well. Hope you have been well. Hope you have been thinking about and taking care of yourself, loving on yourself, and just enjoying the time that life has been bringing. Me personally, I've been kind of going a little up and down myself, a lot more down. So I've just been trying to navigate that personally. But I'm glad that I was able to take some reflection and have people around me that extend that grace because it makes things a lot better. Okay, it alleviates a lot. So, when you're mindful of yourself, others will be mindful of you as well. Okay? So, we're going to go ahead and get into this. We have 4 separate collective readings. What that means is there are 4 separate readings within a collective reading for the week. Okay? So, if it pertains to you, it pertains to you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay? You can be 63 one moment and then 41 the next. Okay? What applies, allow it to navigate within yourself, and then push it forward. Okay? So the first one that we have is 63. 63 is about the completion of something. This is our proverb for the day, so of course I'm going to go ahead and dive into reading it. So we have after completion, which is above water, below fire. Okay? We have fire and water are elements in opposition in most circumstances. Here they work together by setting rules that sustain the endeavor. Too little fire and the water will not heat. Too much heat and the water will boil over, extinguishing the fire. The situation has been set up for success, but it must be closely attended as it proceeds. Recognize the dangers as well as the rewards. Okay? So, it's a matter of proceeding with caution. It's not watching the pot boil, right? Because then it never cooked. But then again, it's not trying to speed up the process of allowing the water to get to where it needs to be and the right temperature for everything that is allowed to cook within itself, right? So take time, take precautions, be a little bit more disciplined, plan things out. Recognize that maybe in some areas I need to pick up on, and some areas I shouldn't rush because that's where I need to take time. That's where I need to take a deeper process, a deeper moment of thinking. Okay, so just recognize the dangers as well as the rewards, and whatever you decide to choose and whatever action you decide to take, and that is why planning is so valuable. And this is because, again, you don't want to extinguish it, and then now the water is boiling, which is your emotions, because of the intensity of you trying to cultivate and create something with your willpower, and you're not actually having that imbalance. Okay, so that is 63. It is about balance. It is about discipline. It is about taking care of what you need to take care of. We have water over fire, cautious optimism. Okay. Next we have 8, which is about community. We got this last time. We have holding together above water, below earth. It is the nature of individual drops of water to merge and become one. When water flows freely over the earth, it finds other water to join with it. In the same way, individual people seek to belong to a greater whole. Holding together as a community will achieve greater success than standing alone. Be constant and strong, and others will join. Okay? So, if you want community, you have to have a unity within yourself as well, and being involved within community. Right? So water will attach to that. So if you've been looking for that, you have to make sure that, am I ready to collaborate with the community? Am I ready to put myself out there? Am I actually open? And when I am actually that, am I going to be consistent? Right? Am I going to be able to actually uphold that and keep those values? Right? That's something I have to take a look at myself. And it's a means of, depending on how strong your community is, it also depends on how much unity you have within that community, right? You can't just hop in and hoping and expecting to get something and receive something if you haven't been within that community, right? It allows more of an amplified voice when you have connected with more voices personally, if that makes sense. So if you are out there seeking community, make sure that you are also ready to give to the community as much as you are willing to receive, because that is where the unity comes in, and that's where the common goal. Community. I don't know if that's how the word was made, but that's what we're going with on this channel in this process. We have water on the earth, unite with others to achieve success. Okay. The next one that we have is 41. which is decrease. This is about recognizing, am I losing something, or is this me actually gaining something by me giving away something, by me willing to reciprocate something, by me willing to release something, right? It's in a means of, with decrease, is it really a decrease? It's kind of like in veganism, it's like I'm not losing anything, I'm just not taking what wasn't mine in the first place. So I'm not decreasing anything, I'm actually gaining a whole lot more perspective. I'm gaining a lot more creative ideas, foods, things of that sort. So it's like I'm not losing anything, I'm just giving that back, right? In a sense of, this is what it is. So the decrease, we have above mountain, below lake. Evaporation decreases water in the lake and disperses it upon the mountain. It is the nature of the lake to give of itself for the benefit of something greater. When one makes a simple sacrifice for the well-being of another, the decrease brings no shame. Letting go of what has fulfilled its usefulness is another form of decrease that leads to success. Okay? So, again, cultivating that together. That's where the true success comes in. Because, again, it's that unifiedness of it all. As it comes and it disperses upon the mountain. Okay? The lake below the mountain, a simple sacrifice. Okay? The next one that we have is 56, which will be our final proverb for the breakout. Okay? We have the wanderer. Above fire, below mountain. This is about starting anew. This is about a new journey, a new pathway. This is about being able to withstand going through certain situations, certain transformations, evolvements, and changes within your life and environment, right? It is about, do I really believe I have the strength, the courage, the power, okay? So we have above fire, below mountain. Fire burns over the surface of the mountain, destroying whatever is in its path and and then moving on. The long life of the mountain is not greatly changed by this. Thus, a wanderer may have an immediate effect on those he encounters, or they encounters, or she encounters. But any lasting effect will be determined by other factors. Those who remain must be stable and enduring as the mountain, so that life can continue as before. And again, that is about a change, that is about a release, that is about a letting go. It's that burning up in the fire. And with you being the wanderer, yes, you are going to feel that immediate effect, but you have endured something as strong as a mountain, right? Where it doesn't change that much over time. And it's not a repeatable cycle, it's something instead of something new. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into each reading for each one. So I'm going to go ahead and do 56 first. Of course, I didn't start with 56. That's what we're going to say. That's what we're going to do. 56, the wanderer. We're going to go ahead and start with you first, okay? Alright, what do we have for the wanderer for the week? Alrighty, what is and isn't working for the wanderer for the week? What do we have for them in reference to regarding the change the fire? What isn't working for the wanderer? Spirit. What is working for the wanderer? Oh. What is working for the wanderer? Oh. What is working for the wanderer? Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let's get into this. So it isn't working for you. You need a break. You need a moment to breathe. You need a moment to reflect. And what isn't working for you is taking in a lot. all at once. It's like you just feel kind of rampage with a whole lot of everything. And the reason why I'm saying that is in collectively with the cards, but it says time to travel, take a vacay or break, time for an experience, right? It's time to see a different perspective, a different outlook, right? Time to explore something new, explore something cultivatingly different, which kind of leads back to the reading depending on what your sign is, where you are able to experience something while it is burning things that no longer belong, while it is transforming something, while you are rejuvenating yourself. Take a break, right? Because it can feel like it's a lot at once, right? Taking it all in, and sometimes that is when a break is needed. And so that way you're able to experience something outside of what you are currently dealing with consistently on a daily basis. It allows your mind to just be like, oh, different reset, a different, okay. And then you're able to move forward. So it isn't working for you right now. It's taking it all in and feeling like you can't take a break, you can't relax, you can't slow down, you have to keep moving. And it's that quickness of you trying to go as quick as the fire that's burning up shit that's not working, instead of standing strong like the mountain that is going to be there over time. Okay? So we have patience and understanding go hand in hand. Time to forgive and move forward, right? And in the means of that, if maybe you feel like you got patience or under something, but you don't understand it. So within that patience, now you're slowly starting to get irritated. You're slowly starting to get a little bitter. You're frustrated. It's like this outlook because you have patience for something, but at the moment you don't understand why they're doing it. You don't understand why this is happening, right? And so it's like in that moment it goes, you're fighting it so much, and it's supposed to go hand in hand. It's supposed to walk together. Have patience for what I'm understanding, and also in the means of understanding that things are out of my control and I don't understand moving forward. But still of grasping something within your knowledge. So just because you have patience with something, do I understand it? Right? And if I don't understand it, is it something that I can release? Or is it something that is leading to frustration, drainage, burnout, overwhelmingness, right? Am I understanding something but I don't have the patience for it? Like I'm just over it. I get it, but I'm done. Time to forgive and move forward. So that way you can recognize that that is why that goes hand in hand. That is, you gotta let go. You gotta release. So that way you can stand strong and withstand this fire. We have ringing in the ears, life on the right, death on the left. So maybe it's my bad. It's this counterintuitive. It's like kind of this push and pull, this fight of where to go, and it's this realization of just standing a little still, being a little bit more sure of self, recognizing that, okay, if I allow myself a break and then I'm able to stick to the routines that I've already set in place, it allows me a strong foundation why I am going through something, why I am recognizing something, why I am gathering information. But again, it can feel like it's this overwhelming feeling. So when it comes to this, it's about the balance of the spiritual world and realizing that there is a change in something. And are you fighting it, or are you accepting it? Are you allowing your body to recognize that, oh, I'm also honing in on more of my abilities, more on my gifts, more on my inner understanding, more on that reflection of self. Am I running away from that? Am I trying to burn it up? Am I trying to hold on to what is going on? You are the wanderer. This is something new. This is like the Fool card in a sense. It's the start where you don't understand, and that's okay. And that's where the patient comes in with understanding that I don't understand and releasing that. Take a break. Take that vacation. And get your spirit back right where it is able to start working in a body that is a little bit more calm. We have they love you unconditionally and care about you. So instead of means in a sense of when I wrote this card, because it's my deck, I'm in a means of your ancestors, the universe, your guides, yourself. They love you, your inner child, all those moments yourself. They love you unconditionally and they care about you. So it's in a means of recognizing that when I wrote this, it's in a means that when it is this evolvement is happening, you feel like it's a lot, just know that you are also grounded, you are protected, you are guided, you are loved, you are cared about. That's why they want you to relax. That's why they want you to take a break. It's quite hard to operate in a body that is worn out, that is tired, that is shifting. Okay, so take it all in and reflect on that. We have My tongue speaks the truth, and my ears listen, and my body will follow. This is in a means of standing rooted in your word and allowing that to follow within on your actions as well, taking that in as an accumulation of thought. Okay? If my tongue is speaking the truth, that means my thoughts are always the truth. Right? And not in a way of a negative sense, but always in my highest good, in the highest regard of seeing it with a foresight of a clear vision of what to do and how to operate and how to take that in. Okay? It's in a means of recognizing, like, okay. And everything else around me is going to start following that. So that's why you also want to stay grounded, because if my tongue is speaking truth, my ears are listening into that, and when I'm speaking it and what others are speaking it, my body is going to be more led to the truth within myself. Within that, and that's going to lead me to more environments with that. And it said those, so that means it's going to be the people that are also surrounded and able to stand this burning of the fire and extinguishing of self. Okay, what is working is bitch pipe down, eat this mental, which is about self-reflection, taking a dive, maybe going in and doing some journaling, doing some meditating, taking that vacation, giving yourself a true mental break where you're able to just relax. Bitch pipe down, eat this mental. Take in on yourself a little bit. Check in with yourself, okay? We have, I will find my community and they will find me. Again, you were not alone when you were weathering that. So it is in a means of when you are going through this and you are speaking truth, you are living in that, you are allowing yourself to digest things like the peacock, as we would say, and take it all in and reflect on that and put that outward to something that is vulnerable and real and authentic with that beauty. It will find your community and they will find me. Right, so it could be those that still are around, it can be those that are new, soon to come, whatever it is, because the next one that we have is new start, fresh beginnings, and the climax is here. Right, we have the 000, the start, the new beginning of it all, the wanderer, the folly, the young, the new, the cultivation of it. And it's a means that you need to give your brain a break, because if you don't, you most likely will take some of that old with you. We have, there is no reason to be afraid of anything that isn't going to kill you. Act now. Act now, right? And it's in a means of after you take that break, after you do that self-reflection, after you realize, like, I got this, it's in a means, okay, now I can start setting some plans up. Now I can start, maybe it's a plans of vacation, maybe it's a plans of break, maybe it's that action of that plan that you were supposed to start, that you never did, maybe it's just completing a task, a simple thing that you need to do, whatever it is. Start it over. We have think with positive intentions and place hope and faith behind your actions. 222. Okay? So again, 000222, it's that think with positive intentions. Think with the truth. That is going to allow you again to reciprocate that within how you function within yourself. Right? So that is for you, 56. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the hidden truth for you. The hidden truth, I just want to tap in and see what's going on with you. What's going on? Spirit, what is going on with 56? What's their hidden truth? What's going on with 56 for the weekly outlay? We have, I look for you everywhere. I look and I look and I try to find a reason to see you, but it's all made up in my mind. Okay, I want to feel that way again, and I love you. So it's this desire, this yearning for looking for someone, wanting someone. I know it was a distraction for your pain. Maybe it's a recognition of not taking in the true consumption of what was actually there, what was actually happening, and or you found out the information and the truth, and now you have to digest what was actually there, what was actually happening. But in some instances, you're holding on to the old of it all, the fantasy, the infatuation, the past relationship of wanting to feel that way again. You love this person. Just because you find out the truth doesn't mean that you process it easily, that you process it oh so well. Doesn't take your feelings, your emotions, and know what happened out of it. And that is A-okay, baby. We work through that. We get through that. It says you came closer than anyone. So it's letting me know that you were vulnerable. You let your guard down. And sometimes when you really let your guard down, it's like, damn, I really do love you. And you found that out, and now you're like, damn, I look for you everywhere. It says you and I were too young. Just being near you is intoxicating. So it's taking it all in. Intoxication usually means you are feeding yourself poison. So that means you're hiding from something. You're not dealing with something, which could most likely be the truth of recognizing and knowing that you was a distraction from someone's plane, right? We have to realize that, yes, this person came closer than anyone, but that also means that you are vulnerable enough to let your guard down. You don't have to look for this person everywhere when you are able to reflect on what you provided within a relationship and just continuously pour that out into the relationships in your life, including yourself. And then that way you'll be able to find that. You don't need to look for somebody that was only using you as a distraction for their pain and intoxicating you, which is feeding you poison. And when there was a recognition of you and I were too young or not, we still need to take poison when we get older, okay? It says, my life is not as together as it seems. It's time for me to heal now. So I'm glad that you are now also taking these steps and these realizations, coming in with that of, look, I'm looking for your word. I'm kind of going down this path of obsession, and it's not working for me. I need to heal. I need to get over it, because the truth of the reality of the situation is you're not here. When you are here, it feels like this, whatever it is, so forth and so forth, and so happy, okay? 56, let's go ahead and see what the ancestors have for you. 56. For the week ahead. Let's go ahead. What you got, Spirit? Speak to my heart, Lord. They're telling me it's gonna be a one quarter. It's gonna be a one quarter. We have dance portal, let go. This is about just dancing, going free, releasing. Release your intuition. That's probably what I'm saying a lot. That's actually not. Well, it probably is. Who knows? But it kind of matches my outfit. Hey, twins. Anyways, dance portal, let go. When you are dancing, when you are dancing truly freely, you don't, it's just like, I don't give a fuck. I really enjoy this. This is what makes my body move. That's also leads back to you get it? But it's an amazing of taking that in and allowing that dance portal. That dance of just, a portal is transforming something, that shift is something, of going somewhere else, of opening up another doorway of possibility, right, of thinking, right? This freedom. They're also holding cannabis leaves in their hand, kind of shaking it like maracas. So if you like, maybe I'll do that, just a little release, do that. Drink a little wine if that's more your steech. Relax, allow yourself to flow, and just literally say this, let go. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that, because it has a affirmation on here. We have, I am grateful that my vital source of life force provides me with motivation and energy to live life in full flow. Okay? I'm going to say that again. Some water. Bless me. I'm grateful that my vital source of life force provides me with motivation and energy to live life in full flow. Okay, so you would want to use rudolite quartz to kind of help you with tapping into that a little bit more. So that is your card from the ancestors. Just motherfucking dance, release. That is also traveling. That is also taking a break. That is also just a release of that. I'm going to switch out decks very quickly. Yeah, I'm gonna switch out decks very quickly. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna grab the other one. Alright, let's go ahead and get into your love for the week, and then I will release you 56. What do we have for 56 for the week? How we feeling in their love? That was not a good load. Well, I went there, I don't take it back. We have open up. Open up. Right now we have a lock, like on a gate. And it doesn't even look like it's really protecting anything. So, open up. Now you're just putting locks in places you don't even need locks in. It's not even really protecting anything. It's just a lock on a gate. You know? Why you got that gate up? It's what having the gate and the lock. The lock's not even locking anything. So, open up. Release. Let it go. Sometimes that is some of the best part of tapping into the root chakra. Is there anything else? I feel like open up is the final part. There's really a lot of this straight up. Anything else, Spirit? No? I just want to be asked. I have quite a bit. We have fresh start, relocating, body language, and don't give up. I love that. Anything else before I close you out, Spirit? Anything else for 56 for the week before I close you out? Perfect. Alright, so with this open up, it does lead to a fresh start. It does lead to a new beginning. It does allow you to see things from a new perspective. Maybe when you take that vacay break, you're like, fuck it, I'm going to just move. I'm going to just, instead of taking a break, I need to see something completely different for a long time, right? So, relocating, taking that chance. We have body language, being more receptive of body language and understanding that. That is also a part of it. Communication finishes up the process of what the body language was, and if you feel like their words aren't matching up with their body language, ask them about that as well. So, or talk about it, or bring it up, and or make sure that you are keeping aware of your body language. Like if you feel like it's not matching up, maybe that's a way to understand. Maybe I need to open up a little bit more. And this means I'm not giving up on yourself, on the progression of where you're going in the love sense, romantic sense. All right. As soon as you open up and allow that fresh start, maybe somebody's like, I want to take you on a trip. Like, fuck, I don't move. I'm gonna just move. Okay. So 56, that's what I got for you. No. We're going to do it in the shadows. Just real quick. No, we're not. 56, you're done. We're just playing tag with me. Alright. Next, we got 41. Just a refresher for the 41. In the wrong language. And that is about decrease, okay? Refresher for everybody, decrease, sacrifice for the greater good, long-standing benefit, okay? We're going to go ahead and get into your reading. We're going to do a spirit first. What do we have for 41 spirit? Got for 41 for the week. Ooh. Yeah. 41 for the week. Okay, so we have nurture. Okay, nurture. I'm sorry. I kind of froze it out just a tinge. Shit. Okay, we have nurture. When you recognize that you are nurturing things within your life and within your environment and where you're going and what you're just cultivating and just the plethora, look at that. That's beautiful to look at. But the plethora of it all is realizing that when I start nurturing things in my life, it's the realization that maybe I don't need everything that I have. Maybe I'm taking on a little bit too much. So it's the realization as soon as you start relieving something, as soon as you start being more conscious of what you're eating, conscious what you're thinking, conscious of who you're around, conscious of the thoughts that you're making, sorry, the words that you're saying, what you're doing, and things of that sort. It allows you to recognize that when I start alleviating these things from my life, removing these things from my life, giving up these things or whatever it is a means of it's not an actual sacrifice. It's beneficial for not just me, but also whomever, whatever I'm blessing it with, right? So taking that in and that realization is very powerful in a sense of itself, of that accumulation of nurture, okay? I'm going to go ahead and pull that up for you as well, just so we can dive a little bit deeper in. Okay. So, we have, even an affirmation, there's always a reason to celebrate because nature is always in a cycle of rebirth. Okay? So, again, that change, just nurturing that. It's always in a cycle of rebirth. How do you expect to continuously evolve and grow and progress and all these things if you're not allowing yourself to be like nature? And nature still nurtures itself. It still takes care of itself. That's why it's able to change through cycles and still be a strong as tree, or why blades of grass always come back no matter how many times you try to mow your goddamn lawn. Can't defeat nature. So nurture it. Okay? Some questions to ask yourself are: do you feel guilty for receiving pleasure? And then it says, step into nature and journal a celebration rampage where you celebrate all day, every little thing from maintaining your morning routine to making a new one. Okay? So again, allowing yourself to nurture, be grateful for having what you have, allows you to recognize, like, maybe I am just taking things, right? Because sometimes when we don't feel like we can take on pleasure, right, and or we're going to lose that pleasure, we just start accepting a lot of things, and it's this realization of, do I really want and or need this? Okay, so that's your message from Spirit. We're going to go ahead and get into the shadows for you. 41 for the week. Alright, what you got for me, Spirit, for 41 for the week for in the shadows? Ooh, it was like it was pulling against me in the funniest way possible. Alright, we have, I am different now. I hope you're happy. Okay. You're different now. Very, very true on that. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy for me. I'm not coming back. I fear that you will reject me. Is that why you're not going back? Or are you not going back because you're different and you're afraid that they'll reject you because you're different? That card's blue. Oh, shit. Whew. I'm happy that it's over all the way. Is that why you're wondering about the happiness? Okay, so if I was to read this for you, it would go, I'm happy that it's over. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy for me. So the means of that, releasing, letting go, allowing yourself to realize I didn't lose something, whether I sacrificed it or not, whatever it is, it was a means of allowing that to go, right? When you're not thinking of that, and the means of just allowing yourself to see when you're not beneficial for other people as well. So you're happy that it's over. You're hoping that they're happy that it's over. You're hoping that they see the good side of it. And you're hoping that they're also happy for you. That you are happy. Because everybody should be happy, right? You feel like it ended on the best of terms, especially with thinking this in mind of, like, I have to release it, where I'm going, what's happening. I'm happy that it's over. I'm hoping that you're happy that it's over, because this is going to be the best way possible for both of us. We have I am different now, which means, again, in that terms of thinking about yourself, where you're going, how it's happening, your environment, your people, yourself. I am different now. And that is why you are in fear of rejection of that, because it's like, also, I'm happy that it's over because I am different. I'm realizing we're not the same, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like you will reject me, I feel like that's the end of that. That's over. You ain't gonna be rocking with me, right? So that's probably why you're also happy, like this accumulation should be happy, and that I am not coming back, because you're not. You're completely different. You're happy. You feel that they'll reject you because of where you are right now, and a means of not being afraid of showing that, and yeah, living in that state of mind for that. Let's get into what is working and isn't working for the week for you. For you. Yeah. That's right. These cards like music, baby. These cards like music. What we got for what isn't working for 41 for the weak spirit? No, don't play with me, please. Okay, please. What do we have for 41 that isn't working, spirit? Nope. They don't love or care about you. My family and I are protected in all ways, always. I release all your negativity and take back power. So this isn't a means of whatever situation you were in, whatever situation you're letting go of, whatever situation you are coming to a realization of with people, with circumstances, what's going on. It's a realization of some people don't love or care about you. And that's also in a means of letting all that go. We have to release the negativity, release that person, release negativity, and take back power, take back that hold. Like, pull it in. I need to pull it in. I'm calling it all back. I'm calling everything back, right? And it's also a means that when you are choosing these steps and which way to go, that no matter if you are still choosing to talk with your family or not, be connected with these people or not, it's a means that they'll always be protected whether you're around or not. So be mindful of that mindset when you are deciding to take these steps, because sometimes it's harder to take a closer look or push the mirror a little closer to the family in our lives, in a sense of that, when it means that they don't care a lot about you, because sometimes it's so engulfed that they've been here our entire lives. Lots of people have been here our entire lives, and it doesn't mean that the progression of them or what they are is good. Okay? So, they don't care a lot about you. My family and I are protected always and always. I release your negativity and take back my power. We also have educated beyond your intelligence, time to make a proper plan. So this is just having information and not actually fucking applying it, not actually fucking understanding it, developing and using it in your life. Time to make a fucking proper plan. And you are educated, you got all this information, but it's like, okay, somebody that always has a quick fact. But like, what am I going to do with that, right? Because it's just like, it's this means of always having this information, but when you don't utilize it in your life, your lessons, what you are bringing in, and new ideas, research, whatever it is, it's like you're not making a proper plan. You have all this education, but you're not actually using it. You're educated beyond your intelligence. Put some action into some shit so you can start catching up where your brain is. Okay? We have new start, fresh beginnings, climax is here. Okay? 000. This is letting you know that maybe you have an issue with that release, that letting go, that change, that development in that sorts. Okay? So you have to let go of that. Release that. It don't need to control you. Okay? It's that recognizing again that new start. Something's gotta go, so something can come in. Okay? What is working for 41 for this week? Is working for 41 for this week. 41. Okay, we have not your leader or tempo, respect, worth, and truth. This is about putting up boundaries. This is about understanding yourself, your worth, who you are. And it's a realization of, I'm not going to always be the scapegoat. I'm not always going to be the person that's going to be there. I'm not your leader. At some point, you're going to need to recognize that I am also a being. You're also going to need to respect me, respect my time. I'm not your leader. I'm not here to always be here when you feel like you need me to call on me. This is not raise your hand and you're untrained. No, I'm going to need you to, at some point, start taking accountability. I need to set up boundaries, right? So that is what is working for you. Respect, worth, truth. Always speaking your truth, always being authentic, always being real, always respecting yourself and making sure that you are enforcing boundaries that are like, this is what I need. This is what's going on. Not in the effects of a person, but in what it is of what you won't allow. And then removing yourself because you realize this is not worthy of my time, my essence, my power. And that's in a means of, I'm not your leader. I'm not. Come to that. And leaders, what I mean is also by that is like kind of like the first rule of being a manager is like everything is your fault no matter what happens. And that is a means of, no, that's not what I am. Everything that happens is not my fault in your life. Listen, it's just taking that step back, right? It's in a means of not also allowing people to always dump on you, put on you, just like I'm respect me like a temple. There are times you're gonna respect me. This is how you're going to approach it. It's just certain things. It's just like you're gonna ask me. It's just certain things that you allow yourself to say, and it's working for you, right? Or even just times of the day like, this doesn't work for me. This does work for me, right? Speaking up for yourself, always living in that truth. We have, I am ready. You are prepared for something. You are ready, which is why it's kind of like somewhat of that confliction of that push and pull of not wanting to release, but you need to release because you are ready. You are prepared, which is the entire reason of why you need to sacrifice something, because you are ready for something different, something new, and you're holding on to something that is now so weighted that it is now becoming a burden instead of releasing it and allowing something lighter on your back. Okay? You have communication coming in. Is that a ringing in my ears, a spirit in my eye? So this is the ancestors coming in to communicate with you. This is coming in a ways of whatever it is that's why I said a spirit in my eye, ringing in my ears, because spirit communicates to you in different ways. Some people are music, some people are meditation, some people are through channeled writing, art, some people are through dreams, some people are through trees. It's very different. So communication is coming in, but it's in a means of being mindful of yourself and also enforcing those continuous boundaries and recognizing that you have to be ready and receptive to receive that information wholeheartedly. Okay? He says, not close to being done, more work to do, which leads back to educated beyond their intelligence. That isn't working for you to have all this information and not use it. We have time to stay within balance for your mind, body, soul. Don't neglect one for the other, which again, set that shit up. Okay, we have 333 for that. And we have time to recharge and clean house, feng shui. It is time to, again, remove things that are no longer working for you, that are no longer working for the home. Clean your home if that's no longer working for you. Sage that bitch if your home is clean. Incense, light a candle. Dance, sing, whatever it is, right? Allow yourself that revelation of that. Now we're just going to go ahead and get into your love. And that will wrap that up for you. What do we have? Love for 41 for the week. Friends to lovers. Friends to lovers. I'm not happy this time seeing this card. It's been a while, so it's okay. We have hidden agenda, time apart. Hold on now. Hold on now. True love. Okay, hold on now. I'm going to flip that. Anything else, Spirit, in regards to the week ahead for 41 in regards to love? Anything else for 41 in regards to love, Spirit, for the week ahead? Okay, that's how you telling me. I'm gonna do it that way. 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 I'm gonna just do it how they tell me to do. Okay, so the way that they tell me to do it is exactly how I'm gonna tell you to do it. Now, let's just break it down. So we have friends to lovers, and then we have true love. Right? And with that, that is exactly what it says. It's friends to lovers. It's somebody speaking up. It's you guys deciding to take a chance. It's deciding to allow that to happen, right? That is going to be happening very soon, okay? That is going to be happening very soon. It is Leo and Venus. And then we also have Mercury in the shadow period of retrograde, which is about communication. We're just going to communication at this moment, because we can go into that another day when I do the reading for that. But allowing that to happen and being bold, right? They're happy, they're in fresh waters, it's washing over them, they're taking a chance on it. You're taking a chance on it. You are the they are the them, and you are the you. Okay? And that is happening very soon. Whomever, it does have short-term connection. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying put a cap on it like, oh, it's only going to last. No, I'm just saying this is going to be a short-term connection. It looks like it's going to be very sensual. It's going to be very loving. It's going to be amazing. But it won't last for too long, which it's like you guys will be fine with. It won't end bad. It's just like, we tried that out. That was... Hey, it is. You know, hang it up. we were good, right? So make sure that your friend foundation is as sturdy as you would like to be after you decide to take it to a different way of being intimate with someone, because you can still be intimate with your friends in a loving way and reciprocating that. On the other hand, we have time apart and hidden agenda. So this is letting me know that somebody may be coming back, sneaking their way in. You guys had some time apart, and now they wanting to come together, and then it's gonna bite you in the ass, is what I'm hearing. You're gonna be like, oh, I fucking knew it. I should have just been like, no, just cutting that out, and it leads back to the boundaries, allowing yourself to recognize when you burn shit, when you release it, that is always for your benefit, for your good. This person has a hidden agenda. There was a reason that there was time apart, and this also ends in a short-term connection, because it's this realization of this is why I didn't really want to fuck with you. This is why maybe you guys became friends again when it came, whatever it is, you became lovers, whatever it is. It's a short-term connection. It's not the friends-to-lover situation. It's somebody else deciding to try to weasel their way back with some type of idea, and that's why it's going to be very short. That's up to you how short it decides to be with this information. The next one that we have is self-love is true love. And the means of all of this, the means of no matter what happens, self-love is the true love. Because at the end of the day, you have to decide what you are making, which is kind of why it looks like this, right? We have the short-term connection and then the two situations right here. What you decide to choose to do with your life and where to take yourself. Just make sure it is led by the true love of self-love, okay? So that is for the week 41. Now we're going to go ahead and get into 8, which is about the community. Community. Okay. Alright. Go ahead and get into it. You're hearing crackling. That is the candle. Ooh, okay. So, I know I'm coming right out the gate with y'all. What isn't working for 8? On the magic school bus. This one, yeah, I already knew it. Yep, I've been watching this. I'm like, what's going on? Yeah. Anything else that isn't working for 8 for the week? What isn't working? Just a week ahead. Just a week. Isn't working for 8 for the week. I got bars. Okay, so we have get on the magic school bus, take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. That is in a means of, again, if you really want to be a part of the community, you have to be within the unity of going out there, taking chances, making mistakes, and getting messy. It's also reliance of the community of them reeling you back in. The students would always help each other. Sometimes they was fuck with each other, but that's what kids do. And I feel like we're all just kind of a bag of caca kids. Anyways, so get on the magic school bus. Take those chances, take those risks, make mistakes, so that way you can be corrected, so that way you can continue to grow, so that way you can also help others, you can extend that, you can also get messy, you can take chances of what you may or may not like and dive into while being in that sense of community. So what isn't working for you is you feel like this is the only way to do it, when you can expand it out so much and be so relaxed. Okay, we have my soul is at peace and my environment is a reflection of that. So this is letting me know that there may be a little bit discord going on within your soul, and it means of confliction within yourself of how you feel like you should operate within community. You feel like maybe it's going to be losing a sense of yourself. You feel like it's going to push you way too far out there. You feel like I'm not at peace, so I'm going to bring that to others. It feels like maybe I can't rely on others. I have a control thing. It's just whatever it is, it's this fight going on and there is no peace in there. It's this struggle, it's this shame, it's this disapproval, whatever it is. And my soul is at peace and my environment is a reflection of that. If it is not at peace because this isn't what is working for you, it isn't working for you. Yeah, it's in a means of realizing that I have to take a reflection of self. And maybe I need to start cleaning some things up and calming some things down and relaxing myself and recognizing where I can kind of step into my life a little bit more and take a little bit more sense of control in what I can do. Okay, there's no reason to be afraid of anything that isn't going to kill you. Act now. So this is again an action of getting on the magic school bus. So taking some chances, making some mistakes, and getting messy, putting yourself out there, taking some of those risks within your community. Being like, why not? Why not? I know these people, I like these people, I enjoy this. Why not take that chance, right? Or setting something up and you taking the risk of putting yourself out there, right? Of being like, yeah, this is what I'll do, right? I was like, maybe I'll cultivate, a book club, and that's what I'm slowly cultivating right now currently. So, but only for a specific thing, which is, I'm not going to say it because, it says, I release you in your negativity and I take back power. So this is a means of, again, depending on where you come from or what you came from, your ideas or how you think can set up of what you may feel in regards to connections and how to go about them and how to have them within self and collaboration, right? And sometimes that's in a means of a pullback of something, right? So sometimes when I think of community, I think of like church and how it's set up, right? That's my immediate thought because that's how I was raised. I was like, oh, they did this, but it's like completely different because also on the flip side in my home it was community within family, and then also but it's also this distance of how it could have operated in your life of where the sense of community was and how far out there you want to put yourself based on that, your experiences. So it's a means of having to release past experiences when you are putting yourself out there again and being vulnerable and taking those chances and making mistakes, right? The kids never minded saying anything wrong. Miss Frizzle never minded some shit kind of going loose, and just like it's just kind of like in a means of you have to release that, and the means of releasing that is like it's okay to not know something, it's okay to ask, it's okay to try things out, it's okay to take back your power so that way you can actually utilize your power in a way that allows peace as well in your environment. Okay, we have I'm grateful for all as I prepare me for more. It's in a means of looking at your life of not having what you want, what you feel like you deserve, what you desire, and sometimes that can mean a means of not being grateful. That can mean a means of draining sense of others. That can be a means of inconsideration, all of those things, right? So taking that in and taking those precautions, that always be grateful for what you have and what is to come, right? Because if you don't take a look at what you have now, you're losing, and you'll feel like, damn, what the hell is going on? It's like you're continuously losing things because you're not actually acknowledging it, in a sense. What is working for 8 for the week? Is working for 8 for the week. Speak. Get it out, please. Thank you. Let it all out. Let it all out. Let it all out. Let it out. Let it all out. Let it all out, Spirit. Let it all out, Spirit. Thank you. Anything else, Spirit, for what is working for 8 before I close it out? Speak now. Anything else? I want to keep it simple with you. We have go have fun and allow your life to be lived. Just that simple. It's quite hard to also find community, bond with community, enjoy community if you're not going out and enjoying yourself with said community in said environments and cultivating that. Okay? We have the pain in one's heart can only be measured by the love one uses to fix it. So if you are feeling like that negativity, if you are feeling that maybe that abandonment, if you are feeling that reclusement, if you are feeling that past feeling of, depending on how you associate community, whatever it is, it's a means of the pain that you're feeling in your heart in regards to that. If you can truly collaborate or not, if you truly even have the power or anything to provide to the community in any sense of any way, it's a means of recognizing that the pain in my heart can only be fixed and measured and healed by what I'm actually doing to love on myself and care about myself, because then that can be extended to my community, so that way I'm not leaking out to others and not hurting others and not neglecting others and things of that sort. Okay, so we also have visions coming in, time to tap in, meditate with me. So taking a moment, your soul is a little bit like rampaging right now, meditate. Visions will come in on how to cultivate and lead your life in a more clear path and how to set it up to be more in your community without feeling like it's a draining of self, a loss of self, whatever it is. So it's time to tap in, meditate with yourself, calm yourself, relax yourself. It's a lot easier to do, plan, and also release and have fun when you are at a clear sense of self, okay? Next, we're going to go ahead and do your spirit card. Go ahead and do your spirit card 8. What do you have for 8 spirits for the week ahead? We have resurrection. Resurrection. Okay, sorry. No, I'm not. Resurrection. Okay. We have resurrection. Okay, this is about the rebirth. Look at her. Powerful, amazing. That rebirth, that realization, that power, that beauty, that stepping into oneself and realizing again that you can put yourself out there. That is how you will grow. That is how you'll be seen. That is how you be. It's the captivation of it all, right? It's the balance of self. It's the dance. It's the authentication. It's I am who I am. It's the resurrection of that, putting yourself out there and realizing I can also be a part of this and still be seen while still helping the abundance of the world around me, right? Okay? So, I don't think there is a that. But it says it is a time to take a walk by the river and remind yourself that you too can rebuild yourself when the time comes to rise. This is about, again, that resurrection and stuff like that. I am who I am authentically into yourself. I don't know why I thought typically I'd create affirmations out of each card, but not for that one. But that's okay, baby. We still rise. So we're going to go ahead and get into the hidden truth for you, 8, and pull that back. Pull that back for you, 8. Beautiful. What do we have for 8 for the hidden truth? Have for 8 for the hidden truth. Anything else for 8 for the hidden truth? Okay, so for the hidden truth, we have maybe you fucked things up with the community in the past, and that's why you need to release that person and negativity, that fear, whatever that is. It's this, whatever you're holding on to in the hidden truth, of why you're so hesitant actually interacting with the community, because it's an means of what you could have done, what you felt you could have done better with this person or the situation, and it not actually going in that way that it should have. And now you're like looking at community in a sense, in a way of you fucking up, when not looking at community in a whole sense of that way as well. And now you're apprehensive to put yourself back out there again because of what you did in the past, and not allowing that true revelation of like the resurrection of it all, right? That changing of it all. So we have so many things remind me of you. I want to feel that way again. I wish I could share my good news with you. So it's in means of, again, no longer being in connection with that person because of things that you have done, and I'm going to let you know why I'm saying you. And you want to feel that way again. You want to be around that person again, especially with good news, with those sharing of things, with just being around that person because of what they cultivated with you. And that's why you're in the means of scared of being with community, because it's in the means of dude can actually collaborate. could actually allow that to be released, can actually take that in. Okay, we have, I know I messed up everything. I don't react when people mention you. I wish I had treated you better. So again, it's in that means of, whoop, I could have and should have and done things differently and better. But instead of you allowing yourself to apply that to the community that you can interact with now, you're trying to put up this fence, this guard, this shift, this shit, whatever it is, of like, I know I messed things up, I wish I could do better. But instead of you allowing yourself again to share good news with the people that are still around, allow yourself to celebrate that, stop looking for things in other people, and just allow yourself to become maybe an implication of the things that remind you of that person within your community now, and what they gave to you for a better outlook and perspective on self, right? So allow yourself to release that negativity. Call back your power and stop giving it away so easily because you feel like you did a naughty thing that you can't change from. You did fuck up on that, live that, do that. Did that. And that. We're going to get into your love. I'm going to wrap that up for you. What do we have for 8 for the week for love? We got soulmate. We got power couple. We got past love. Anything else in regards to 8 before I close it out, Spirit? Anything else in regards to 8 for love for the week? Anything else in regards to 8 for love for the week before I close it out? We're all set. Okay. So we have soulmate, power couple, past love, right? And then we have overcoming challenges. So this is a past love feeling. It doesn't necessarily have to be an actual physical past love. It could be the feeling, right? The actual past love, right? This connection where it feels like you have felt this before, like nostalgic, comforting, homey, recognizable, right? So it's cultivating that and taking that in. It's going to be a power couple because it's this feeding of reciprocation of energy, one another. It's this equal balance, this reassurance and confidence in one another. It's stability. It's power couple. It can be within business. It can be within just straight business. It can be within friendship, and or it can be within relationship. Take it how you want. That's not what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing, especially in being a sense of community. It can be connecting with people in a way that you never thought you could connect. Especially in regards to love, it's never limited to one thing or another, right? It is love. So with the soulmate, is it a means that it's this connection that feeds your soul and nurtures your soul, but also theirs, because it's allowing you guys to mate with one another. So, and that allows you to overcome challenges, because again, it's that shared energy that, okay, we got this together, we can do this together. In each picture, they are literally together, right? They are together, right? It's this adoration of each other. So allow that to come into your life. Be a little bit more accepting and receptive of that, okay? So 8, that is you for you. And now we're on to 63. Our final one. 63, y'all ready? Which is about after completion. The balance. The balance of it all. So let's go ahead and get into that. We'll go ahead. I'll drop my deck. I'll drop my deck. We're going to do the hidden truth for y'all because the deck dropped. So that's it. I'm going to take that as a sign. So, again, this is about the water and the fire coming together to create something that is perfectly balanced, right? It is not going too fast, too fiery, pushing too much, but it is also allowing itself to not just sit there, right? To actually start cultivating something. All right, Spirit, what do we have for the week for 63? What do we have for the week for 63? Anything else for 63 before I close it out? Anything else for 63 before I close it out? Anything else before I close it out, Spirit? Honey. Anything else? Okay, so we have you. Your emotions are getting the best of you. Yeah. Okay. We have I love you unconditionally. I lost myself for a little while. I will wait for a sign from you. I hid who I really am from you. I want to be more than friends. I left you before you can leave me. I don't react when people mention you. It's in this means of you. I can't even speak. It's like you couldn't even speak. You weren't vocal enough. You weren't sharing enough. You love this person so unconditionally that you lost yourself within this person, of wanting to be this person, around this person, center within this person, right? And it was like, I love you unconditionally. I want to be more than friends. So in a sense of like you were pushing yourself, a bird just cast it over, like you were pushing yourself to limits of heights, to a point of trying to express something without vocally expressing it, without saying it, without professing it, without letting it be known. It's like you're trying to do these things instead of saying, I want to be more than friends. You lost yourself in this person trying to love them unconditionally. And it's quite hard to love a human unconditionally when there are conditions to loving people, such as boundaries, such as what they will want to allow, what they do, who they are, things of that sort. So to love somebody unconditionally, you will lose yourself because you're trying to find somebody that's also trying to find themselves, loving themselves, do what they're doing while still also cultivating a relationship with you. And so with that, you wanted to be more than friends. And it means that you didn't get that. So you decided to leave, right? You left them before they could leave you. And I'm hearing either in a mental sense you decided to leave because it's not working out in the way that you want, so you're slowly trying to pull back, especially with the losing of oneself, and or that you just decided to physically leave. That in means of hiding who you really are, right? You're just hiding. Because you weren't being real. You were doing all of this to show this person I'm doing this like we're in a cultivating a relationship. And they are, but not in the sense of a romance relationship and a friendship relationship and the intimacy that you were trying to push to that height. It just wasn't happening. Because you were hiding what you were really feeling. You weren't speaking. You weren't doing it. You weren't letting it be known. And or when you did, you weren't accepting it. You feel like you can unconditionally love this person to love you. And the condition was that it's not going to happen. So that it means is also why you don't react when people mention this person when they don't say anything. But also the means of I will wait for a sign from you. What sign are you waiting for? You left. You decided to leave. You're not being vocal. You can't not react when people mention this person, but you still are trying to heal, separate this person because you love them unconditionally to the point of no return. Make it make sense, baby. What side are you waiting for? Waiting for a message to reach out to this person and say what you need to say? Anything else, Spirit? Because I feel it in here. Anything else? Okay. We have you and I were too young. That's the excuse I'm hearing you're making, and that's okay. Go ahead and stick by that as long as you're ready until you're ready, okay? But no. It says you and I were too young. Again, we have I love you, which has been very standing still in this situation. I lost myself for a little while has come out again in spirit of saying that is the hidden truth is you have lost yourself. And this means of you have to release. It says, I remember every detail of the day of you holding on to leaving that person either mentally or physically. And this means it's like, oh, I was just too young. Like, I didn't know any better. Da-da-da-da. You knew what you wanted. You just didn't act on it, and stop using that as an excuse and a means of you not doing what you need to speak up for yourself, right? You can't be so afraid of losing the love that you never speak up for the love in the first place. Okay. What message do we have for you? 63 from Spirit. You gotta keep that shit in balance. That's how you burn your pot boiled over when you decided to leave. You decided to dip out of there and skedaddle. We have the key, okay? This is the end, which is, again, that end result, the completion, which is the 63. Okay, this is taking it all in, that understanding of that key, that balance. This is the end of my deck, the end of the book. This is taking all the lessons, all of the knowledge, and applying that. That's why it is very cautious of how you are cooking in this pot, how you are cultivating your life, how you are living it as authentically and possibly as you can. I'm just going to go ahead and flip to it. We have, the questions are, am I ready to transform? Am I ready to heal? Am I ready to co-create? Again, this is about taking all of your lessons and allowing them to combine inside of that pot. Making sure that it's not too hot. Make sure that it's not boiling over. Make sure that you're being cautious of the fire, right? Allowing that optimism also for what you're cooking, for the lessons that it provided you, right? So that way you know, I know that when I blend this together and this together, that is going to be quite delicious, right? Let's go ahead and get into your love. I don't know for you. Okay. Anything for love in regards to the week for 63? Anything in regards to the week for 63? Later. Alright, anything else in regards to love for 63? Or are we not going to overwhelm them too much? That was a lot. Alright, for 63, for your love, we have fresh start in the beginning, which is great. This is a means of actually taking a reflection and realizing, am I allowing myself to release, so that way I can cultivate something that is going to blend together without having to force it together, without having to, it's going to combine greatly, this fresh start of love. And that's because it's blooming, it's growing, it's blossoming. It's that change in the air within your body, if you wanting that change, if you recognizing, I can add a little fire to this water. That crackling, that's what it is. It's that blossoming of something. It's that allowing that true completion of coming together. Then we also have options, which is as soon as you allow that fresh start of realizing that I'm blossoming in love, you're going to recognize that you have options, right? Where you feel like you wanted and needed so badly, and that person going to recognize that there are a lot of people out there with that and more. You know, and the more part is because they actually want you in that way. If you actually spoke up about it. If you didn't, I guess we'll never know. Let's go into what is and isn't working, and that will wrap out the reading for 63 and everyone in this one. What isn't working for 63 for the week, Spirit? What isn't working, isn't working, isn't working. What isn't working? Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Anything else before I close it out, Spirit? Anything else before I close it out? What isn't? Okay. So, We have meditate on this card until zoned out, then write or create what comes once done. You don't have to meditate on this card and specifically. It's just in a means of I want you to sit and I want you to stare at something. Just kind of to zone out. Typically it works if there's like a light that you can stare at and the room is dark, and then flip it back on, or a candle or something that you can just stare at, and then it allows everything else to go out black and it's only that thing. Zone out, and then once you are done, you feel like you're ready to come out of it, right? Create, dance, draw, whatever it is, right? And make sure that it is recorded in its sense. So if you're gonna dance, try to record yourself dancing. You don't have to post it, just record yourself dancing. If it's singing, if it's writing, if it's drawing, whatever it is, just allow yourself that recollection. That way you can keep that in a mindset of what you are able to create when you're cultivating things and when you're moving forward in your life. So that way, again, when you are creating in that pot and stirring shit up and adding in, that you're able to continuously keep that fire in balance with the water. So that way nothing is spilling over and putting it out. Okay? So we have, you are walking the aligned, guided path of self. So no more questioning of self, no more doubting self, no more being unsure of self. You know exactly how it's going to work out. You know exactly how it's going to taste. You know exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be warm. It's going to be perfect. You are walking the aligned, guided path of self. There is no wrong step when you are thinking about you and what steps you want to take and what you actually want to build for your life in that sense of creation. Okay? So no more doubting self, questioning self, being so disappointed to the point of not actual reflection in a proper way, allowing yourself accountability, just taking it all in and allowing yourself, this is my path to self, and as long as I'm continually walking for me, I'm good. You have reached your ascension and completed your level. Time to level up for your purpose. 999. So it's in a means of again pushing into that fresh start, the new barrier, and not so much as neglecting it as realizing where you are. Right. So it's not so much as you're neglecting. It's just that maybe that's what you know. Is that you haven't actually feel like you recognized it, right? And you're wondering why some things are happening, why it's working this way. And that's also why you have to have cautious optimism. And so that way you can be cautious of when that fire, that willpower, that new energy, that sense of resources and things are pulling up. And so that way you can like, okay, let me tone it down. And that's where the meditation comes in. So that way you can hone in on that creative power and that sense of self, which is always unlimited, and actually use it because you have leveled up. So it's a means of, now what do I do with this new source? Okay, recognize that. It's not that you're neglecting it. Well, you are neglecting it by not recognizing it, but it's in a means of you're not denying it. It's just a means that you don't understand that it's there. So tap into that. Yeah, my tongue speaks the truth and my ears listen and my body will follow. That it also allows you a lot more of pulling into that sense of self, so that way you don't doubt yourself. It's that realization of, when I'm speaking continuously the truth, my body follows. It's going to allow me around other people as well that are authentically living in their truth and speaking that and doing that. Okay? We have excuses only satisfy the people making them. You're quite stagnant. We don't want water. We have to turn up that flame and allow it to be there, and or turn it down a little bit and stir it and add some stuff to it and start tasting it, allowing yourself to enjoy the abundance of life. Excuses only satisfy the people making them. They're quite stagnant because it also doesn't last that long. That's also where the truth comes in, and allowing yourself to speak that continuously, because then your life will be able to live that authentically, and you won't be standing still because you're questioning self. You're going to recognize I'm walking on a guided and aligned path. I can keep moving. So meditate. Meditate. Alrighty, so now we're going to get into what is working, and then we'll go ahead and close it all out. Spirit, what is working for 63? What is working for 63, Spirit? Now release your fear and look to the future with excitement. 777, which again is that proceed with cautious optimism, right? Release your fear and look to the future with excitement. Be ready, be prepared, right? Anything else, Spirit, for what is working for 63 before we close it out? Anything else? Anything else? Nope. just these, which is good. We have time to get your protection up, absolutely, especially with you coming into your capabilities and you're still not recognizing it quite yet. It's time to get your protection up, right? It's time to recognize that before those little leeches, snuffers, and people try to come in and snuff out your fire by getting your emotions to the point of no return and feeling like you ain't got no creativity. It's just, time to get your protection up, baby. Okay? And or keep it up. Okay, so I have a clear sense of things to come and that are here. That is an actual affirmation. Okay, so continuously say that. That will allow you again to stay rooted within self. That it is what is going to work for you. There's a reason that you have leveled up. There's a reason that you have evolved and changed and shifted. Is because you have a continuous clear sense of things to come and that are here. So continuous that realization, and that will also allow you to keep those thoughts out of your head where you're doubting yourself and or where others try to come in with that confusion for when you try to utilize your power. Meditate. We have visions coming in. Time to tap in. Meditate with me. Again, meditation is going to be your beauty, your breath, your good okay? So that has been the reading for all 4 of you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, got something from it. No matter if it was a mix and match or all in one whole. So I do these every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and their special moon, lunar cycles, or days of that sort. You can watch me and or listen to me on my podcast at Latisse_Moon on all platforms. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so that way I can continuously do this. I'm going to do it anyway, but share with other people so that way they can get this message as well. You know, in a shady way or not a shady way. No, but don't be shady. But I love you guys and I hope that you love yourselves more. Until next time.